Number 1, what is your name?
My name is Brian Forster. Come on, get happy.
Number 2, what is your name?
My name is Brian Forster, and I think I love you.
Number 3, what is your name?
My name is Brian Forster. Hey, where's the bus?
Only one is the real Brian Forster and has sworn to tell the truth. Now let's meet our panelists. Meshach Taylor, Paula Poundstone, from Full House Dave Coulier, and actress Angie Everhart. Here is the star of To Tell the Truth, John O'Hurley.
Hello there. Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to Tell the Truth. This is why polyester is on the endangered list. It's time to play To Tell the Truth. Look at that. Yes, I wore every single one of those outfits at one time during my life. Well, rather than let them stand there, let's participate in the game. And speaking of which, you know the way it's played. Our players here claim to be the real Brian Forster. 2 are lying and 1 is signed a statement swearing to tell the truth. Your job is to find out who that is. So please, open the affidavits you have in front of you and follow along with me as I read the sworn testimony of the real Brian Forster. I, Brian Forster, played the youngest boy of the hit television show, The Partridge Family. In 1971, I hopped on the famous multicolored bus and took over for the original actor, cast as Chris, thus beginning a 3-season ride in bell bottoms alongside David Cassidy, Shirley Jones, and Susan Day. While I am no longer solely in the arts, it runs deep in my blood. My great-great-great-grandfather was Charles Dickens, and my own grandfather played Alfred the Butler on the TV series Batman. Not bad for a guy with a song he's been singing. Signed, Brian Forster. All right, panel and audience, all 3 of our gentlemen here claim to be the real Chris Partridge. Which one is it? Meshach Taylor, we begin our questioning with you.
Thank you, John. You know, this is a very exciting moment for me because, as you can well imagine, my African-American family was just riveted to the television. Okay, number 1, what's David Cassidy doing now?
He's an entertainer in Las Vegas, and that's about all I know about him right now.
Okay, number 2, what was Shirley Jones's husband's name?
During the show, it was Jack Cassidy.
And number 3, who did she get married to after Mr. Cassidy passed away?
She got married to Marty Ingalls.
Okay. Number 1, who was the main character in Great Expectations?
That would be Pip.
Okay. Number 2, what was the convict's name in Great Expectations?
Very perceptive line of questioning, dipping right back into your knowledge of British literature, I might add. All right, on to Paula Poundstone.
I am heartbroken. I am absolutely heartbroken that I have to recuse myself.
Oh, no.
I know who it is. How could you not know who it is? I can't believe I'm even sitting on a panel with people who don't know who it is.
That's all right.
Why don't you just tell us who it is?
No, I'm not allowed to say.
You're not allowed to say.
You have to say that you know because of that damn Charles Van Doren.
So Paula Poundstone will recuse herself, which will have to...
My African-American family didn't watch. Well, you know what? If you had watched, you would know that the Chris was replaced because the original was African-American.
Oh!
Oh, and it took them 1 season before they were able to circle the error in that family picture. All right, all right.
That one, for yes.
Because she recused herself, that will be recorded as an incorrect vote for our team of challengers. On to Dave Coulier. And Paula, we thank you for your honesty.
Thank you. Are you a little tense today?
I'm upset because I had so many good questions.
You're a wigwam. You're a teepee. You're too tense. Okay, number 1. Number 1, when you were working as a child actor, did you have a social worker with you on the set?
Actually, my mom was with me on the set.
Number 2, same question.
Yes, my mom was on the set.
And number 3?
My mom was on the set.
There's your mom. Okay. Number 2, how many hours were you allowed to be working on the set?
We only had 8 hours.
But how many hours were you allowed to be there?
For
On the,
myself?
on the set, yeah.
8 hours.
8 hours. Number 3, same question.
8 hours.
Number 1, who was the producer of the Partridge Family?
It was Bob Claver.
Number 2, same question.
Bob Claver.
Okay, and number 3, what does Danny Bonaducci do now?
He is on 98.7 Star here in Los Angeles.
Well, how about that for a shameless testimonial? All right, on to Angie.
Number 2, this could be a really stupid question, but did you really sing or were those songs dubbed?
David Cassidy sang them.
So they, like the family would sing
We didn't do it, no.
songs.
David Cassidy was the only musician on the show.
Okay. Number 1, do you miss television?
Yeah, I think I do. I would like to do it again someday.
Number 3, were you ever in television?
Yes, I was.
Number 3, what was your character's name?
Chris Partridge.
Dollar Sound of Time is up in time for our celebrity panel, minus Paula Poundstone, to lock in their votes without discussion or whining or anything else that will go on because I know you want to. Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? And at this time, I'll ask our studio audience to cast their votes as well. And while they're doing that, I'll remind you we're going to pay our team of challengers $1,000 for every incorrect vote. And we're going to be right back and find out how everybody voted and who the real Chris Partridge from the Partridge Family is right here on To Tell the Truth.
Do you have a story that can stump our panel? Go to uproar.com and learn how you can be on To Tell the Truth. Want to be an imposter on To Tell the Truth? Go to uproar.com and find out how.
Okay, welcome back to Tell the Truth. One of our challengers is the real Chris Partridge from the Partridge Family, Brian Forster. The other two are lying. Nishak Taylor, let's get to the bottom of this. For whom did you vote?
Well, thank you, John. Well, obviously, I don't know who the hell this guy is. But I'm looking at him, and number 2 has got all that polyester on, and he doesn't seem to be sweating very much. So I'm going to vote for him.
All right. All right. If you just joined us, sadly, Paula Poundstone had to recuse herself. So again, that will be recorded as an incorrect vote.
Wait a minute. First of all, number 2, I believe, is Ben from the Waltons. My vote is Charles Van Doren's Mother Wears Army Boots.
All right. Well, again, thank you for your honesty. On to Dave Coulier.
Well, you know, you sit next to a big know-it-all like Paula. A certain amount of wisdom seems to kind of just assimilate through your system, through osmosis. And therefore, that's telling me that it's number 3.
Number 3, all right. Yes. On to Angie Everhart.
Well, I'm sorry, number 1 and number 2, but I went with number 3 because the Partridge Family had this wholesome
Angie,
look.
you did.
Number 2. I went with number 2. I said I'm sorry, number 1 and 3. I'm going with number 2.
All right. Time now to find out how our audience voted. Overwhelmingly for number 1. All right, were they right? We're going to find out soon enough. Will a real Brian Forster please stand up?
It's none of them.
Number 1.
Thank you, Brian. We'll come back to you in just a minute. Number 2, you did a nice job. Who are you and what do you do?
My name's Dixon Troyer, and I'm a field correspondent for horse racing.
For horse racing. Never heard of that before? Okay. Heard of horse racing, but never a field correspondent.
The
But
red hair
surely.
threw me.
Number 3, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Russ Hansen. I'm a New Brunswick Canadian who just moved to California.
Well, welcome.
My family's from...
Can you make money from that?
Yes.
From New
My
Brunswick?
family
I
is
don't know.
from Bathurst, New Brunswick.
That's
had
right.
no
You're,
idea.
you're Canadian as well.
for
You're
goodness sakes.
you're
The
among
North Shore, the very
friends.
shore.
Or as my grandfather would say...
Brian, what's going on in your life right now?
Well, can I take this off now?
You certainly can if it's really
Last time I
bothering you.
wore clothes like this, I got paid for it.
What's up with your life right now?
Well, I'm working in the wine industry, and I also race cars. I've been in the car racing business for a while, but I'm kind of dovetailing into the wine business.
Well, it was a great story. Before we leave you, we do want to revisit a still of you from that period of time.
Great.
There it is. There you are.
He's got a
Cute as a
little
button.
halo around his head.
With Paula's incorrect vote, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 incorrect votes to be split among our team of challengers. Thank you, all three of you, for playing. It's nice to visit you.